So, so viewers, today I would like to make a confession. I grew up thinking that I would be the hot stuff in the writing industry. Like, I think everybody went through this phase at least once in their lifetime. Like, as a child, every person that you look up to, your parents, your older siblings, your teachers, and any other kind of mentors out there will praise you for a certain skill or talent, and they end up saying things like that. You will go into to places because of this specific skill. For me, it was in writing. I grew up thinking I was going to be the next hot stuff when it comes to writing. Like, my parents and teachers would praise me all the time for my writing as well. Well, hell, I was the best English speaker in class when I was in grade school. So I let stuff that get like that get into my head, and when I finally entered college, it was the moment that I realized that I was a big fish in a small pond. So it was the moment that I realized that there are a lot of people who are just as good at writing as you are, or even better than you are at writing. And that reality hit me really hard. And I'm still trying to find a way from that particular experience. So every time that I see people online saying that they could do a better job than a certain writer or director when it comes to writing stories or directing movies, I would be actually rather offended by the audacity, by the hubris of this specific person. Like, it's one thing to have critical feedback of a person's work. It's a whole different thing when you can say that you can do a better job at it than they can. You have to show that you at least have the portfolio and the acclaim that comes with it to say those things. Writing is hard. Writing takes effort. Writing takes years in order to truly master and become successful in. And with that, I would like to segue into where into the book that I would like to talk about today. It's called Manga in Theory and Practice: The Craft of Creating Manga, by the author of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure himself, Hirohiko Araki. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is an international success, but it wasn't always this way. Like, the series itself wasn't really all that popular the until one of the latest adaptations of the anime came out in the early 2010s with the new adaptation of Phantom Blood. And Araki really goes into details into how hard it took for him to find success. He knows the difficulties of trying to get approval of your editors, publishers, into making your work into a serialized series. Yeah, I know how that sounds. I know how that last sentence sounded. So, anyways, let's continue. Let's continue with that. So, yeah, he knows the difficulties of making your series an actual serialized series. He also knows the importance of being able to study the success of your predecessors while forming your own unique identity in the manga industry, your own unique appeal. So you won't just be seen as another clone or a rip-off of another manga out there. So yeah, Araki really goes into details. He goes into meticulous research in order to make in order to make his readers immersed in his stories. From his characters to his settings to his own sequential storytelling. His characters are actually really fleshed out. There is a portion in the book where he really fleshes out the biography of his characters as well. What is this character's name? What is this character's habits? What is this character's hobbies? Did he have any illnesses growing up? How was he able to deal with this specific illness? It's stuff like that. And ultimately, well, some of those things don't get into publication, but it also shows that how much Araki cares about his characters. And it also shows how much a good first impression counts in order to make your readers interested in your work. Yeah. Also, for a guy who is regularly criticized for being a for having wonky human anatomy in his work, there is a portion in the book where Araki actually encourages readers to study the human anatomy, how it functions, what are its physical limits, and yeah, it's something you would never expect from the brother from a guy like Araki himself, but surprisingly he does. So yeah, it's incredible. This guy is incredible, and also the lengths the man would do in order to make an immersive manga, from the intricate design of a gun to traveling across the world to places like Egypt, Rome, to places like his home country like Japan. Araki really did travel the world in order to get a fully immersive experience for the reader, so they don't get taken out from certain details that might, for example, that might take out the readers from the experience of enjoying his manga. And I think that's something that you should. And I think that's a certain work ethic that creators out there could really take lessons from. Araki cares about his products. Araki cares about his characters. Araki cares about his settings. Araki cares about his world. It's, the man is not just pulling stuff from his butt every time like there's a certain deus ex machina in his stories. He cares about details. And honestly, I feel like most of the time, some of the deus ex machinas that come from his stories are probably I guess, some issues with editorial as well. So I'm not saying I'm not blaming. I'm just spitballing there. So yeah, but still, I this is not just a book that mangakas can appreciate, but anybody who wanted to write stories can appreciate. Araki knows how to craft stories. He knows how to hook his readers into his storylines, like such as building suspense and like and so like building suspense in order to hook your readers along. Like, oh my gosh, what happens in the next page? Oh my gosh, everybody who has read or watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, that it's a rather horrific series that relies a lot on suspense. You know, all those menacing visual effects, those background noises. Well, it's all a part of the sequential storytelling that comes from Araki's expertise. And I think that's something that readers should be able to appreciate, especially when it comes to writing stories. And with that, I hope you're able to I hope you're able to enjoy this video and, well, like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoy videos like this. And lastly, I want to ask, what is your favorite JoJo's Bizarre Adventure part? Is it Steel Ball Run, Stardust Crusaders, Golden Wind, Stone Ocean? Well, comment below, and and I have a and I hope you have a good day. Thank you.